So we have Abdul Mujib from Nigeria. Yes,
There
sir.
is a that states that 70,000 people of my followers will enter paradise without accounts, and they are those who do not practice Ruqyah and do not see an evil omen in things. Now, does this mean that anyone who has practiced Ruqyah is automatically not among these 70,000 people? Please clarify.
وجزاكم. So Abdul Mujib from Nigeria, he says the hadith of the 70,000 that would enter Jannah without accountability or any type of torment. And the Prophet mentioned ﷺ 4 characteristics. One of them is that they do not ask others for ruqyah. لا يسترقون. And this is one of the biggest problems of learning Islam through translation. Now, when you read a translated text, you're actually depending entirely on the understanding of the translator. And so many times, maybe not mastering the language you're reading the translation in causes you to fail and understand what the Prophet ﷺ meant by that. And I always give this example to our brothers who are non-Arabs. So in an article I read, written by an imam in the US, he was explaining the hadith of 7 martyrs who do not die on the battlefield. One of them, the hadith says, al-mat'un. Al-mat'un has 2 meanings in Arabic. One, a person who dies by the plague. Ta'un, mat'un. The other meaning is the one who's stabbed with a knife. Mat'un. So this imam took the other meaning, misunderstood what was meant, did not read the other hadiths that explain that the plague itself is a form of martyrdom, and thought that this was referring to being stabbed with a knife. Of course, this shifts the whole meaning 180 degrees. So if someone mugs you with a knife, asking for your wallet, you remember the hadith and you remember this translation and said, no, just go ahead and stab me. I'll die as a martyr. I don't want to fight. And this is not what was intended. So it is totally prohibited for non-Arabs to give fatwas, to elaborate on their own understanding without depending on scholars who preceded them in what they're saying. And without Arabic, you cannot manage to do this. The same thing with Abdul Mujib's understanding. The hadith clearly states, لا يسترقون. And if you look at all the other types of hadiths, you will find that the Prophet ﷺ gave ruqyah to others. Mother Aisha gave ruqyah to the Prophet ﷺ. And this did not exclude them from the 70,000, simply because the hadith indicates that you must not ask people to do ruqyah for you. If I'm sick, lying on my bed, someone comes and recites the Fatiha and recites the dua and the ruqyah. Should I stop him? No. Let him do it. May Allah Azza wa Jal put the cure in that. What is exempting you, what is excluding you from the 70,000 is when someone comes and said, oh, I have this pain in me. Come on, give me ruqyah. Is it haram? No, it's not haram. But you lose the first class and go to economy. You go to coach. Why? Because you've left the higher level and degree of having tawakkul on Allah Azza wa Jal, and now you're a little bit distracted in asking this brother or this sister to offer you ruqyah. This is what will exclude you from the 70,000. So, word of advice, learn Arabic. And if you don't know Arabic, follow a trusted sheikh, imam, school of thought, an entity that has a good aqidah, known for their character and moral conduct and religious conduct, and they will lead you, inshallah, to the right path, and Allah knows best.